Write counting numbers till 100 in your copy. So take out your copy and do it. Great! I know you must have written all the numbers till 100 like this in your copy. Why we have written these numbers? Because we are going to perform a short activity with these numbers. So let's start the activity. The first instruction of the activity is circle the number 2 and cross all its multiples. So the second multiple of 2 is 4, then 6, then 8, then 10, then 12. So you can see here we have a pattern in the multiples of 2 that we are crossing all the alternate number. One number after one number is being crossed. So repeat this pattern and cross all the multiples of 2 in your copy. Okay, you must have crossed all of these numbers because these are multiples of 2, right? Okay, the next instruction is circle the next uncrossed number, which is 3, right? This is uncrossed number, and cross all its multiples. So the same way you crossed the multiples of 2, now you are supposed to cross the multiples of 3. So the first multiple will be 6, that is already crossed, so leave this and going to the next multiple, which is 9. The next is 12, then 15, then 21. Repeat this pattern and cross all the multiples of 3. Right, so you must have crossed all the multiples of 3 like this. Now the next we repeat the same instruction and circle the next uncrossed number, which is 5 now. We would not select 4, which is 4 is a crossed number, right? So now cross all the multiples of 5. Since 5 would not have so many multiples, so let's do it together. So all the 25, 35, 55, 65, 85, 95 and all the remaining multiples of 5 has already been crossed. So we have crossed all the multiples of 5. So we will repeat this process until we go through all the numbers till 100 we have written in our copy. So pause this video and repeat this process. Just circle the next uncrossed number and then cross all the multiples. Then move to the next uncrossed number and cross all the multiples. Repeat this process till 100. Then let's see what will happen. After doing this, you must have gone to 7 and you have crossed the multiples of 7 that was uncrossed. So the 47 was uncrossed, 77 was uncrossed, and the 91 was uncrossed. So now we have cancelled all the multiples of 7 as well. Well, if you move on 11, so you would not find any multiple that you could cross ahead. Similarly, you would not find all the numbers that has remained uncrossed, like 13, 17, 19. You won't find any of their factors up till 100. Sorry, their multiples up till 100. Right? So what we have in your copy, we have some crossed numbers and we have some uncrossed numbers. So what's special about these numbers? Well, all the uncrossed numbers are known as prime numbers and all the crossed numbers are known as composite numbers, right? So what would you say makes sense of it? So if I ask you what are prime numbers and what are composite numbers, so you can easily answer that. So what do you think, what are the composite numbers which are highlighted? Well, the numbers which were crossed and that means the cross number were the multiples of any of the other number, because we were cancelling or crossing the multiples of the numbers. So all the composite numbers are multiples of more numbers, and all the prime numbers are not multiple of any of the number, right? Because they could not be crossed, because they were not in they are not multiple of any numbers. So this is how we differentiate prime and composite number. So before we start practicing prime and composites, let's look at their definitions now. So prime numbers, simply numbers that have only two factors, 1 and itself. For example, the only factors of 7 are 1 and 7 itself, right? The 7 is not the multiple of any number except 7 and 1, right? So the 7 has two factors, that's why 7 is a prime number. Similarly, we have a definition of composite numbers, that is numbers that have more than two factors. For example, the factors of 10 are 1, 2, 5 and 10 itself. So that means 10 is a multiple of all of these numbers, or in other words, they all are factors of 10. So 10 has more than two factors, that's why 10 is a composite number. Great, so we have understood what are prime numbers and what are composite numbers. Now here we have a fact that you should know, that 1 is a special number, you may say, because 1 is neither prime nor a composite number, because 1 do not have two factors. 1 has only one factor, which is 1 itself, right? 1 is not the multiple of any other number. So in short, we have seen the numbers which we have more than two factors are known as composite numbers, and the numbers which we have only two factors, 1 and itself, are known as prime numbers. So now it's time for a practice. So let me ask you a question. Which of these numbers do you think is a prime number? So please pause and try to identify the prime one. Great. So let's do it together now. Check which is a prime number among 27 and 29. Okay, starting with 27. So 27 is a multiple of any of the number. For this we can use divisibility rules. You must know the divisibility rule of 2, 3 and 5. So you can use them to easily identify the prime numbers, right? For example, if you apply the divisibility rule of 2 in this number, so you can say that its last number is not a even number. That means this is not a multiple of 2. That means, okay, now check whether it is a multiple of 3. Let's apply the divisibility rule. So divisibility of 3 is sum all the digits of the number. So 2 plus 7 is 9, and 9 is a multiple of 3. That means 27 is also a multiple of 3. That means 3, we can write 27 as 3 times 9. That means 27 has more factors than 1 and 27. 3 is also a factor and 9 is also a factor. That means 27 is not a prime number, right? Now look at 29. So if you look at 29, apply the divisibility of 2, it is not a multiple of 2. Apply the divisibility of 3, sum the digits, so it is 11. That means it is not a multiple of 3, and it is also not a multiple of 5 or not a 7. That means this is not a multiple of any number, hence it does not have more than 2 factors. So this is a pure prime number we have. So we can easily identify this. In the next video, we will practice this skill on IXL. Stay tuned and click here to watch that video where we are practicing it. Thank you.